off tap, aka crossing facts, aka chosen effect. Back on the deck, getting ready to wreck the set. And don't you forget. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Always a pleasure to be rocking and rolling with all you beautiful people around the globe. Family, what's going on?
What you talking about, Willis?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction request. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing. Join the family. We'd absolutely love to have you. All right, guys, so we're back. This is a reaction request from C-Boy. What's up, C-Boy? Hope you're having a fantastic week. And this is what C-Boy had to say. C-Boy says, for the anniversary of 9/11, Bruce's tribute to the first responders we lost as a New Yorker, I will never forget. And this is a Bruce Springsteen song that C-Boy wants to hear called The Rising. I was actually in my previous video talking about some of 9/11, and I want to do a whole video on my whole 9/11 experience. You know, I think every American has a 9/11 story, you know, or experience, something that, you know, they remember from that time. And, you know, I was thinking about that, you know, doing a video talking about that. I think, like, it's something that could be very interesting, and I would love to hear your guys' stories and comments and in the comments and things, you know, and maybe I can incorporate your thoughts and your own personal experiences, even if you're not American, you know, anyone in the world, you know, it affected so many people across the planet. So, you know, share your thoughts and I will infuse them into my 9/11 videos. So, but for the moment, let's focus on this one here. Thank you again, C-Boy, for the reaction request. If you guys want to do one yourselves, you head over to the website link in the description, and yeah, you can put your requests in there. But without further ado, for me, C-Boy, and all of you, let's get off tap.
Can't see nothing in front of me. Can't see nothing coming up behind. Make my way through this darkness. I can't feel nothing but this chain that binds me. Lost track of how far I've gone. How far I've gone, how high I've climbed. On my back's a 60-pound stone. On my shoulder, half mile of line. Come on up for the rising. Come on up, lay your hands in mine. Come on up for the rising. Come on up for the rising tonight. Left the house this morning. Bells were ringing and filled the air. I was wearing the cross of my calling. On wheels of fire, I come rolling down here.
I just quickly want to say, like, this is not what I was expecting, you know, when, you know, I was thinking like a dedication kind of to the, you know, the first responders at 9/11 and stuff. I don't know, for some reason I thought it was going to be a more kind of slow and a bit more kind of not as up-tempo as this is. And, you know, it's actually very interesting because, you know, when you think of this being the great Bruce, right? You know, you think about the song that, you know, defied all songs that he did, you know, like it was one of the most iconic, incredible songs. I think everyone loves Born in the USA. Even if you're not born in the USA, I think a lot of people love that song. Just so great energy. And the thing behind that song that makes it so great is it's about just pride and being proud. And, you know, just celebrating, you know, all the good and the beautiful attributes and the reasons as to why we're proud to be American and that kind of thing, you know, born in the USA. And well, that's my interpretation of it. I do remember that when I did the reaction to it, there was some other, I think, meanings behind the song and why it was created. I can't recall right now completely. It might have had something to do with I don't even know. I'm not even going to guess, but I just remember it was something. But anyways, that's when I hear that song, that's what I just hear, it's American thing. Born in the USA, proud and loud kind of thing. The first responders, what they did is that same kind of, proud thing that we have for them, proud, and they, as proud Americans, they without, putting a second thought into the risks to themselves, they went and they put their lives on the line to save others. And they, took so many amazing, just heroic acts, in the process of doing so, that just, again, a sense of pride in who you are and caring, and just, us looking as our fellow Americans went out and did that. There's a sense of pride in that as well. And therefore, very similar to Born in the USA, in my opinion, just that kind of upbeat, proud type of song that is celebrating kind of the heroicness, in this instance, the heroicness of the first responders and the sacrifices they made to help save others, even in the midst of just, so much just, turmoil and, complete just, hazards to their own life and dangers and stuff, obstacles that they had to overcome. It's just incredible. It really is, and, I'm sure all of us, feel the same way. Our hearts go out to them, their families, and everyone that, just had anything at all to do with this whole just crazy thing that happened in history that is still to this day so hard to believe. But look, I'm gonna let the song play a little bit more because I'm getting caught up in the conversation, talking about it all and my feels and talking about this. It's one of those topics, it's kind of hard not to. So I'm gonna let it play a little more and I will give you some more of my thoughts. Here we go.
Come on up for the rise. Come on up, lay your hands in mine. Come on up for the rise. Come on up for the rise tonight.
I just say, it's kind of found myself in one of those situations where we have a song that the topic, the subject matter in it is so just huge, right? It's such a just gigantic and just something that, pulls at your heartstrings type of conversation and subject matter that just erupts you with emotion and feelings, right? And the thing that I want to do, though, which I find hard to do when you guys know, when we start talking about songs that actually have particular topics that are a bit touchy-feely and kind of, a bit, I do want to also remember that I'm reacting to the song as well. I don't want the topic to take away from Also, just the song itself, because we should appreciate also throughout this and remember just how great Bruce is. I mean, he is absolutely one of the most incredible artists of a generation. You know, when we talk about, again, the great ones that have walked this planet, you know, you have to put the boss in the conversation. You just have to. You just have to. You know, every single song that I've heard him do has been absolutely above and beyond. And when you talk about above and beyond, you have here the first responders themselves above and beyond, taking it to the next level and just absolutely doing what needed to be done. You know, no questions asked. It's just heroic stuff, man. It's just heroic. It's just amazing. And the boss is amazing. The music he makes always, you know, he's one of those kind of artists who does like to use their celebrity to actually make positive, you know, motivational, inspirational, you know, music that, you know, actually addresses different topics, like The Streets of Philadelphia, that one he did. Another great example of a song that was touching on, you know, those hard kind of conversations that people sometimes find difficult to even talk about or discuss. And that's another beautiful thing. You know, Bruce has a way with words to get you to feel like you are able to, you know, listen to him get his feelings and his point across in a way that we all can connect with. And music is the great connector, right? It is able to connect all sorts of people and help people through all sorts of emotions and feelings. And that is why it's one of the most powerful things that exist in the world today, music. It is so incredible. You know, this event brought so many people together as it was, you know, and you know, it's unfortunate. I've said this before, you know, it's unfortunate that it takes something so disastrous and horrible to happen before people decide they want to come together, or that they should come together, you know. But, you know, it is very, very comforting and beautiful to know that there's artists out there like Bruce Springsteen that actually are wanting to help facilitate coming together. You know, even years after this has happened, you know, still reminding people, still wanting people to, you know, come together and to, you know, just, you know, in kind of in what celebration of those heroes from this day. You know, if anything, you know, you have to sometimes find the positives out of a sea of negatives and ugliness. And I guess the unity that we all, you know, witnessed and you know, kind of seeing people wanting to be there for each other and wanting to help others, and you know, that kind of stuff's a beautiful thing. So that's why I like when you have someone like Bruce who is willing to make that kind of music that just comes from a very deep and passionate place, and someone who actually cares. There's not enough people who actually care, and people who are in a position where they can invoke change and invoke community and invoke this ability to get a big bunch of people through their own audience to take note, you know, to wake up, you know, to whatever their message that they want to push. It's incredible. And I like that Bruce is using his powers, you know, to do that. As they say, with much power comes much responsibility. So shout out to Bruce. All right, I'm gonna let him bring it home, and then I'll give my final thoughts, because I'm very talky right now.
I see Mary in the garden of 1,000 sighs. There's holy pictures of our children dancing in a sky filled with light. May I feel your arms around me. May I feel your blood mixed with mine. The dream of life comes to me like a catfish dancing on the end of my line. Sky of blackness and sorrow, dream of love. Sky of love, sky of tears. Sky of glory and sadness, dream of love. Sky of mercy, sky of fear. Sky of memory and shadow, dream of love. Your burning wind fills my arms tonight. Sky of longing and emptiness. Sky of fullness, sky of blessed life. Come on up for the rising. Come on up, lay your head tonight. Come on up for the rising. Come on up for the rising tonight. La 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 la
The Rising. The Rising. The Rising is a very appropriate title for this song, because knowing that it's about 9/11 and the first responders and those who had to, just kind of, especially the early first responders, they were running into a situation. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know if there was more attacks. They didn't know anything. They just knew that there was people that needed them. There was lives at stake. And they knew that they had to put their own fears, their own worries, their unknowns of what could, happen and all of that. They just had to put it aside and do what they had to do. That's what a hero does. And, it's crazy, right? Because, sometimes in the heat of the moment, when things are just the bleakest, the scariest, the just most horrifying, and seems the most impossible, that is when there's this rising, right? There's these people who suddenly find out what they're really made of, and suddenly find out that there's a hero that lives inside of them. And a lot of people don't realize that there is this hero inside of them, right? They don't even know that. They don't think of themselves that way. A real hero isn't someone who walks around every day like, look at me, I'm a hero. They don't walk around in a freaking Superman outfit or anything like that. A real hero actually don't think they're a hero. They don't see themselves that way. They just see themselves as someone who just is passionate about the job that they, agreed to do, right? And usually they agree to do these things because it comes from a sense of, wanting to help make a difference, to be that change they want to see in the world, to be someone who can, use that power that comes from that particular occupation, like firefighters, policemen, doctors, all these things, to help to make the world a better place, right? To help their fellow humans. And it is such a beautiful thing when you think about the rising, because so many people just stepped up. They stepped up and they stepped out and they did what they had to do. And it's crazy, right? It's crazy. This whole thing is crazy. And it's like, can't believe that it's 12 years ago or something like that this happened. Like, it's insane. you know. And, you know, so it's important that we always take a moment, you know, to pay our respects. And I like this song because I feel like it's more of a celebration of, again, those who were part of the rising, right? A celebration of those who put it all on the line and, you know, did whatever it took to help save others, bring fathers back to their wives, bring wives back to their children, you know, just the whole family, friends, and everyone involved in Island. There's so many people who have a story, and so many of them who were part of the rising, who are here to still tell their stories. It's hard not to be overwhelmed with emotion when you think about this entire, just horrific event that should have never happened. And you would hope, in light of this sort of horrible type of situation happening, that people would learn, you know, they would look at history and all the horrible things that's happened throughout history. There's been tons of horrible, just completely senseless acts, horrific acts that should have never happened. And you would think that humanity would just figure it out already and would learn to come together and have a rising, not because of some huge awful event that happened, but a rising of people wanting to prevent this sort of thing from ever happening again, and everyone working together to make this planet, to make this world, to make each and every other human's life that much better. There's such a better use of time and resources that everyone could be doing, but for some reason, unfortunately, a lot of people don't seem to learn from history. And what happens when you don't learn from history? It repeats itself. So it's so important that all of us, each of us, you, me, the person out there who thinks that their voice doesn't matter, I have a news flash for you. Everyone's voice matters, and everyone has the ability to become the change they want to see in the world. It starts with one person. You start letting your light shine bright, and that can catch on like a wildfire, and next thing you know, someone else has gotten that fire burning sensation because you inspired that, you motivated that. The next thing you know, someone else, and then someone else, and so much, you know, just risings start happening, right? Because everyone is out there just being part of the change they want to see. I think that songs like this, that's what they're really best for, right? Is motivating and inspiring you and making you feel uplifted, feeling like, you know, yeah, that's right, I want to be part of the rising, I want to be part of the change, I want to be part of making this planet a better place, I want to help others, I want to use my celebrity like Bruce to help to, you know, just bring people together and to celebrate those who are unknowns to them heroes, right? There's so many. So I personally want to take a moment to thank all of those first responders, those, you know, unknown heroes, those who never thought they were a hero, but that's what they showed in that moment, because in the heat of the moment, they just went all out and they gave everything they had. That's a hero, you know. So great song requests. I could literally talk so much, I think I already have, about this topic and the song, which I need to probably touch on a little bit more about the song itself. The songwriting, lyrically incredible, right? Again, knowing the subject matter and being able to create it into a story that is really good, because I think there's a lot of people who are a bit tongue-tied, who have a hard time expressing their feelings around this event and the after effects of it, or people who are still stuck in their feels, people who are still going through the thick of it, right? Because a lot of people lost. There's a lot of lost, and you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, some people are still, you know, a bit lost in the sauce about. And that's why these songs can help people get through that. That's what music does. It's that kind of shrink that you don't have to pay for, you know. Well, actually, it depends. Sometimes you have to pay for music, don't you? But you know what I mean. It's that shrink that you can, you know, just have there to help you work through your emotions, or to help you put things into perspective, or help you to put things into words, to help your feelings to kind of guide you through, you know, whether you're feeling stuck, feeling sad, feeling happy, feeling lost, feeling miserable, feeling whatever you're feeling, you know. And maybe you just needed a song to help you feel uplifted through this, right? Because that's this song. And I like that he chose this way to do the song, you know, instead of sounding all gloom and sad and, you know, slow and that kind of song, which you kind of expect to hear when people make these type of songs, you know, those epic kind of slow sounding type of songs. I like this. It's more of a celebration. It's uplifting, you know, celebrating those who, you know, put it all on the line. You know, I think it's incredible. And the music production values, all that, you already know, is second to none. It's the boss. You don't expect anything else. So anyways, I will do my 9/11 video, and I will then use that video to say a lot more things that, you know, share my story, my own personal experience with 9/11, you know, I would love you guys to do the same. In the comments of this video, if you happen to see this prior to, because I'm gonna make this video tomorrow, so anyone who's watching this video now, if you could drop some thoughts into the comments, and I will share them in tomorrow's video, that would be awesome. But if you're watching this video, you know, years or whatever after I've made my video, I just hope that you are able to use this song to, and this reaction, just to help you find, you know, a bit of upliftingness and inspiration, and to help you find the ability to, you know, just through it all, to find the positive in a sea of negatives, right? And I think the first responders displays that tremendously. They display, you know, that just when times get rough, and you also look at just everyone, you know, all the people that were brought together, you know, that were, you know, a whole nation, you know, a whole world, actually, a lot of people, you know, it's not just only us Americans, but I think a lot of people were just unified against, you know, the horrible, horrific ugliness, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video because it's hard not to end up in your feels when you talk about this topic and topics like it, and I'll save more of my thoughts for the dedicated 9/11 video that I do tomorrow. I mean, I probably could have easily just made this it, but anyways, thank you so much, C-Boy, for the reaction request. Fantastic, incredible song. I didn't even know this song existed. Yeah, it's crazy how many amazing, great songs out there, and you know, I didn't even know they exist. There's just so many of them. But great song, and thank you all for tuning in with me. I love each and every one of you, and as always, remember to own to the fullest and keep it off tap. We're out.